you how proud we are of this class. So let's give them one last round of applause. I'd now like to introduce our Provost and Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Marilyn Hopkins, for some introductory remarks. Dr. Hopkins.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to the College of Osteopathic Medicine class of 2019, as well as their family and friends in the audience. The white coat is a tradition on our campus where we welcome new students as professional colleagues and mark their entrance into a healthy profession that requires not only superior intellect, manual dexterity, and leadership ability, but also compassion and the ability to care for others. So our ceremony is rich in symbolism and reflects our collective pride in our professional discipline and our university community. Students come here to this university because they have a strong desire to help others and make the world a better place. They pursue many respected fields in healthcare and education, which place an emphasis on service to others and social justice, as well as the pursuit of knowledge. These are values upon which all of our academic programs are based. Touro, University, California, educates caring professionals who serve others through their work and who model excellence as leaders and educators. So the white coat these students receive today is more than a piece of clothing or a uniform. It's a symbol of a caring tradition, and it helps identify and define each student as an osteopathic physician of the future. And we welcome them to the healthcare setting. The coat's also a visual reminder of the passion these students have for learning and their willingness to make personal sacrifice in their journey to pursue a higher education. Now, there are days when this is my world here in academia, and sometimes I start to think about this as an environment that resembles a circus tent. And as I see you new students joining us, I realize you need to have flexibility and endurance to maintain balance while executing all your moves in the tent. You need to maintain mental focus while performing the required psychomotor tasks with precision and care. And you also need to be masterful organizers with a good sense of timing so you don't miss connections with important partners and fall to the bottom of our tent. Speaking of partners, let me add, we all need them. For many of you, your partners are a spouse or a dear family or friends, and these are critical to your success in the years ahead. All of our success depends on having a trusted partner, someone who can swing toward us when we're on that trapeze, or wait for us at the end of the tightrope. These partners give us hope, and they reassure us that we are valuable people and we have the ability to accomplish big goals. And to the students today, I would say that start to think of your faculty and your clinical preceptors as partners for you in your educational journey. And know that as they slip the white coat over your shoulders, they believe in your ability to function as a physician. And they want to guide and coach and mentor you along the way. So congratulations to each of our students, and thank you to our guests for joining us today.
Dr. Hopkins, as future physicians, you will learn that your patients yearn to be healed. Yet we all know that the healing process transcends the appropriate dispensing of medications and procedures. It also requires assembling positive expectations and inspiring confidence in our ministrations within our supportive doctor-patient relationship. Numerous studies have documented that to our patients, caring and competency matter far more than any credentials. You are truly joining a hallowed group whose aspirations are committed for the betterment of humankind. Now is the time to stand tall with your fellow students. Don your white coat, and with that signify your new profession and announce to the world a new generation of osteopathic physicians is about to embark on the journey of their life. is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. John Kowalczyk, our keynote speaker and the president of the Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons of California, who graciously sponsored today's events by providing the white coats for our students. Dr. Kowalczyk is a urologist practicing with the Urology Group of Southern California, Lynn Keith Multi-Specialty Clinics, and Pacific Oaks Medical Group. Prior to that, he was an associate physician with Hemate Urology Group and the surgical house physician at Holy Cross Hospital. Dr. Kowalczyk is board certified by and a fellow of the American Board of Osteopathic Surgeons. He is the chairman of the Patient Wellbeing Committee and section chief of the Department of Urology at Good Samaritan Hospital in Los Angeles. Dr. Kowalczyk is the 2012 recipient of the David N. Shaw, MD, Medical Staff Leadership Award. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Kowalczyk.
Thank you very much. Dean Clearfield, Provost Hopkins, esteemed faculty, and Carol, thank you for inviting me to speak today at this gorgeous campus. And to you, the class of 2019, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons of California, welcome to our family. You have received automatic membership to our organization. You're invited, and I encourage you, come to our board meetings, join our committees, participate in our discussions, voice your concerns, voice your opinions, ask questions. We will learn from each other as the years go by. It is the greatest honor of my term as president to be here today, and thank you very much. I've been asked to speak from the heart, and that can be a little difficult, as you're going to tell by my quivering voice. The admissions committee of Touro University has put you through a rigorous process and have determined that you are the best of the best. They believe that you will be the future of our profession. I know that you are the future of osteopathic medicine. Probably heard a lot of things about what you are going to expect in the next 4 years, especially the 2 years coming up. I won't belittle the details. I won't try and scare you any further. But let me tell you, do not be afraid. If I can do it, I know you can do it. You see, I come from a family of Eastern European immigrants who did not speak a word of English when they came to this country. The only member of my family who had any exposure or experience in medicine was my late sister. She was a nurse and PhD. She practiced at Loyola University Medical Center outside of Chicago and the cardiac transplant ward. If you were to ask me at that time to put in words or to explain in words what an osteopathic physician was, I couldn't do it. But I knew what an osteopathic physician looked like. When I'd like to go and visit her in Brookfield. Her condo had an indoor swimming pool, and any of you students who are from the Midwest will understand that an indoor swimming pool means quite a bit. So I spent some of my weekends there. I go to her office, and this is a time before the requirement of rabies vaccinations and FBI clearances in order to walk into a hospital. This is before HIPAA. And for those of you who do not know much about HIPAA, I promise you by the end of the 4 years, you will know more than you'll ever want to know about HIPAA. So I wait for my sister, and we basically then wait for her fiance. We'll call him Dr. Bob. So then we do final rounds for the day before we had to go ahead and have dinner, and before I got to enjoy the pool. So we go ahead and we start rounds. Remember, we are seeing some of the sickest patients at Loyola at the time. And most of the patients would be listless and depressed. We'd walk into the room. All of a sudden, we'd see Dr. Bob. And their face would change. Their posture would improve. He'd come to them, and he'd give them a hug. He would hold their hand, and he would explain to them the series of events that just took place during the day. All of the test results, then further explain to them what's going to happen in the next few days. Not every bit of information was good news. We cannot cure everybody. But you see, when we left, as we were walking out the room, people would say things like, "I'm so glad to have seen you, Dr. Bob." They would say, "I trust you. My life is in your hands." And so, I wanted to be a physician just like Dr. Bob. I found out that he went to the Chicago College of Osteopathic Medicine, in my hometown. And so, through the same rigorous process he went through, I went through the same process and got accepted. I wanted to be a doctor just like him. As I stand here today in the introduction, you can see that I am a urologist and not a cardiologist. You see, in my second year of medical school, I came across my mortal enemy, and we shall call that cardiac physiology. We are still not friends today. What I will tell you, though, is that you will learn quite a bit. Not just your basic physiology, not just pharmacology. You are going to also learn your anatomy, but more importantly, this journey is going to blow your mind. You are going to learn how disease is going to affect the body structurally, emotionally, spiritually, and how it will affect the family. At the same time, you, in your clinical years, will learn how to ease this disease. You're going to learn how to bring people back into a state of well-being. You will not cure everybody. The end game for all of us is terminal. But the process of holding a hand, showing compassion and care like Dr. Bob, is what you will learn. You're going to learn that through osteopathic medicine, there is a healing power of touch. One of our past presidents of the American Osteopathic Association, and we call him our favorite son of California, Dr. Norman Bin, had disclosed to the world the secret handshake of the osteopathic profession. And that happens to be the osteopathic hug. You may have seen that on stage today, and you may be seeing it on campus, but this is how we greet each other. Do not be afraid to touch. Do not be afraid. Embrace. That's part of what your training will teach you. There will be some really tough times ahead. I'm not going to lie to you. At times, you're going to ask yourself, really, was this the right thing to do? I know I did. Many times along the way, I wasn't sure what to become. As I said, I wanted to be a cardiologist, and I changed my mind so many times. As with you, and it's okay to do that. As you go through your rotations, you might think you want to be one, and then by the end of your rotations, you're going to say, I want to be something else. So I chose to go into the surgical arts. I actually entered into the first osteopathic trauma-focused surgical program in the Midwest. Unfortunately, there was a lot of death and quite a bit of suffering. And so, as I moved into the transition of urology. Urology is a unique practice because it is a surgical subspecialty. However, we do apply medicine, and I am able to continue to apply my osteopathic principles, not just with structural analysis, but as well as the compassion and care, the touching and the holding. And for those of you who rotate in my office, and I will invite each and every one of you to come down, you'll see that we do hug our patients. And we do hold their hands. And we give them bad news, but we give them the news in a caring, compassionate, and hopeful way. So as you move forward with all the difficulties, I noticed there's a gymnasium here. I encourage you, participate in sports. And if you don't like to participate, then go see a sporting activity. Find new friends, do new things. If it requires a Twinkie or pizza, go ahead and eat the comfort food. It's okay. All right. So here's where the quivering really begins. Okay, so basically, I would like to tell you a story. There was a young man, and he lived in a village, and he didn't quite get know his place in society. He struggled all along, but at the same time, there was a sage old man. This sage old man was revered. People came to him with questions. He knew the weather. He knew when to plant. He knew when to harvest. He knew medicine. He was able to heal. Well, the young man decided that he was going to try and bolster his character in society by assassinating the old man's character. So he told his friends he's going to go to the old man. He's going to basically tell him. He's going to put a little hatchling in his hand. He's going to ask him, tell me what's in my hand. And if the old man could answer, he was going to ask the second question. Tell me, old man, is the bird dead or alive? So he told his friends, if the old man answers that the bird is alive, I will crush the bird, drop it to the floor, dead. On the other hand, if the old man answers that the bird is dead, I'll open my hand and let it fly away. The time was perfect. He walked up to the old man, and he says, old man, as the crowds grew around him, tell me what is in my hand. The old man, with clever deduction, was able to say, why, young man, you have a young hatchling in your hand. The young man now decided he's going to play the trick question. He says, old man, tell me, is this bird dead or alive? The old man looked him straight in the eyes. He looked at his hand. He looked him straight back in the eyes. And he said, young man, the future of that bird is in your hands. And I tell you, do not cross your opportunity. The future, your future, the future of the osteopathic profession is in your hands. I will now give two charges to you. The first one, as you come here and you wear your white coat, wear it with the pride and the dignity of the osteopathic profession. The second charge is to acknowledge your mother, to serve, to lead, and to teach. Be the best osteopathic physician you can be. I know you can do it. I have all the faith in the world in you. And so, I will now leave you the same way I met you. Welcome to our family.
And also thank you to the OPSC, the Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons of California, for their continuing support of this wonderful ceremony. Just a little note, just to show you how roads can change in your career. Dr. Kowalczyk thought he was going to be a cardiologist. You have to go internal medicine first. I'm an internist. I also went to Chicago. I thought I was going to be a surgeon. Until the first time I went through a heart surgery, my bladder was up to my nose, my back was hurting, I was bored out of my mind. I said, I'm doing this. So. We all have a different road. So why the white coat? Why the white coat? Well, the white coat's symbolic of the entrance into the medical profession. It implies competence, compassion, and professionalism. This ceremony was developed to honor you as new medical students, as you accept the responsibility of probably the most important thing you can do, and that's the doctor-patient relationship. This is everything that this relationship entails. Today, we have a student doctor, the president of the class of College of Osteopathic Medicine, student body president, Dr. Natea Harlovic, and she will tell you what the white coat means to her. So please join me in welcoming your student representative as president of the student body, student Dr. Matea Orlovic.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations, class of 2019. You're all here today because you're smart, hardworking individuals who are dedicated to lifelong learning and passionate about helping others. I want to commend you at arriving at this milestone in your career. Give yourselves a big applause. As you walk across the stage today to receive your white coat, your journey in medicine will begin and your lives will change forever. I remember exactly a year ago, sitting in your seat, listening to Dean Clarefield and Marilyn Hopkins speak, and Mr. Silverman's sounding of the shofar. You've got quite a set of lungs. You should hear me anatomy lab. At that time, I was mesmerized by all the flashy white coats, and amazed by the idea that my dream was finally in the making. I never thought that after a year, I would be standing at this podium today, sharing my experience with you and your loved ones. I feel so incredibly honored, so thank you. The white coat ceremony is a rite of passage that all medical students take. The white symbolizes purity, and the coat is a reminder of our professional status in society. At the beginning of medical school, we're all given a short coat, which is a powerful symbol of the transformation you will take. Our OMM department chair, Dr. Heisero, describes this transformation as when a caterpillar spins itself into a cocoon and begins growing wings. The process is presumably painful, just like medical school. But the day we're granted a long doctor's coat is the day we finally emerge out of that cocoon and become a butterfly. As I reflect on this past year and the events that helped me survive the first year of medical school, I would recommend 1, staying positive and living in the present. 2, staying connected with all your supporters, including your Touro faculty, your friends, and your family, because they're your biggest allies. And 3, staying active and having fun. It's not going to be easy. You'll spend many nights studying in the library, memorizing biochem pathways and drug names. Come home exhausted and smelly after long mornings in the anatomy lab. And sometimes think you're going a little crazy. You might even contract medical student syndrome, convincing yourself that you have every illness in the textbook. But if you encounter a hard problem, the best thing to do is smile and laugh. Remember, you are not alone. We are all in this together. Your classmates are going through this, and every doctor that you meet has gone through this as well. So keep studying, don't give up, and you will accomplish what you set out to do. To all the family members here today, continue to be supportive, and know that these future doctors are in great hands. Touro is a great place to be, and I wouldn't imagine being anywhere else. Touro has become a part of my family, and my classmates have become my closest friends. So, class of 2019, you're finally on your way to becoming doctors. And not just any doctors, osteopathic physicians. A big congratulations to you, to your classmates, your friends, and your family. Thank you, and good luck.
Student Dr. Orlovic. Now we move to the part of the ceremony that you've been waiting for. I would like to ask Dr. Pierce Talisman and Dr. Schubert to come forward to announce the names of the student doctors as they are coded. And Drs. Farrell and Jones, please take your places to present the white coats. Special addition to this year's class, to the class of 2019, on behalf of Assemblywoman Susan Padilla, 14th District, and Assemblyman Bill Dodd, 4th District, the California Legislature will provide you a certificate of recognition commemorating today's events. This certificate will state Your commitment to the health and well-being of the community is deserving of the highest commendation from the people of the state of California. With esteem, gratitude, and congratulations, and our best wishes of the public are hereby extended on this date of August 23rd, 2015. The certificate will be handed out during the voting process.
Good morning. All right, the time has come. So please help me welcome the following new student doctors. Robert Abbott. Afshar. Zachary Anderson. Usman Ansari. Ishika Aurora.